Hey, how's life been? If you are any of my friends, close relatives, or stalkers, then you should know that I am an avid ASTD player. No, I'm not talking about ASTD. I'm talking about ASTD, shortened for All-Star Tower Defense. ASTD is a tower defense simulator that is littered with anime characters, like the infamous Zaruto. Hey, this isn't how I remember he looks. What about Rufy? What is that name? It sounds so familiar, but yet so far away. Okay, this one I'm sure is Iki. Okay, I'm really seeing a pattern. As you can tell, this game fears anime studios whenever they make a character from one of their anime, since all it takes for them to shut down is a single copyright strike. However, the developer group for ASTD, named Top Down Games, is actually owned by GameFam Studios, a very big part of Roblox gaming as a whole. But the funny part about this, and the reason that I'm bringing this up, is because GameFam recently had a collaboration with Crunchyroll to create a My Hero Academia game on Roblox. But the thing is, even when GameFam is the parent company of Top Down Games, ASTD's MHA characters still have messed up names. The basic gist of ASTD is like any other tower defense game. You spawn in, gamble, play the game, die, spawn back to the lobby, you gamble, play the game again, and win. The cycle never stops since we are all industry cows that are made for milking. The various game modes ASTD offers to you is basically like putting different colors of sprinkles on a cake. It doesn't change shit. Yeah, you might say that it changes the map, enemies, and gameplay mechanics, but that's all you'll get. Do not forget that you are playing a tower defense game. All you do is stand around and watch your slaves do the dirty work for you. Meanwhile, you either watch it depressingly, go to the bathroom, not pay attention, and watch some videos while the game is still running, or basically fucking anything. As you can tell by my level of sanity left, this game is sucking me dry. Pause. But it is a genuinely fun as a game you play with your friends and progress with them. But if you're alone, well, good luck. Because it's extremely hard to find any fun in this steaming pile of dog shit. This concludes my incredibly basic introduction to ACD to you. But trust me, you gain more knowledge by playing it than listening to me, because I don't want to spend 20 minutes explaining mechanics to you. However, I will explain to you 3 very basic main skills you must know how to do to be a good ACD player. Buffing, TSing, and farming. I will briefly explain each topic and do a visual explanation in order to help you understand it better. Before I begin with this, I would recommend you to like or favorite this video so that you can always come back to this video whenever you need help. Anyways, let's start. The first one I'll be starting off is with buffing. So, as you can tell from my setup down here, you'll notice that most of my things are buffing if you can recognize them. Of course, you'll recognize Irwin. Irwin's the easiest one to get, I think. But you're wondering, like, why did I bring this guy? This guy's Katana Man, right? He's not a buffer. You'd think that, right? But he's actually gonna be our base. So, the damage that this guy puts is about, nice, 6.9k. Let's base it off there. So, let's use this. Buffing, basically, is a very basic form of increasing a unit's HP. Look at this. Boom. I'm going to be talking about 3 different... No, actually, just 2 different forms of buffing. No, fine. 3 different forms. We have the implemented auto buff, the manual auto buff, and then the overall manual buff. Let's talk about the most easiest one. Manual buff. Manual buffing is very easy. All you have to do is have let's base it off with Irwin right here. We have 4 units here who's going to supplement buffs to the next unit at the other side. The thing about ACB is that buffing units stack with each other. That's a specialty that makes this game really shine. So in order to test this, look at this. His base. This is how much he does now. Let's see how much happens if I use Irwin's ability when he only gives plus 104%. He only goes up to 13.9. If you go to stats, you'll see that his manual buff is only 103%. So that means that it's not his max. When you use Irwin, your maximum buff that you give is about 200. So let's make it buff. So for example, look at this. Only 100 plus 4, right? Use this, kabam. Look, already 200% buff. This kabam. Again, already 200. This kabam. Look at that. He went to 2.4k. That's really impressive, don't you think? Now, that's only the first form. That's called manual buffing. No gimmicks, no nothing. You still have to work. You take no breaks at this point. But what if you wanna be you don't wanna think anymore? You just wanna let Irwin do its job for you. There's this little button above the ability called auto activate. You might think, well, why don't I just auto activate one? Problem. You won't get the max buff because his buff is only 104%. That's basically all you'll get if you only auto activate one. So there's actually a system for this. I'll put a drawing on screen. But the system is basically incredibly simple to buff everything. Let's actually delete this guy, put him in the middle so that it's better represented. So look at this. Let's auto activate one. Oh, this is what you have to do. I'll activate one, out 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, do that. Then you have to wait until this one goes off. This one. When you see that go off, you have to auto activate this one. Boom. Then the next one, you auto activate when the top one's gone here. Boom. And your auto buff should be done. Let's just wait for a bit for a quick test. Well, okay, so this is the main problem with outdated things. The main reason that I used Irwin first is to tell you that auto buffing with Irwin is now broken. I'm sorry, lads. Auto buffing with Irwin is just not broken. And you can't even sell it. So just turn all these off for auto activate. And let's use a more dependable system. Now I haven't tried this yet, but this should work. Let's use auto buff Brook. Brook is also a buffer, as you can tell. Separate them by a little bit. Let's put a katana man it. Buff into max. You might say that he's a little worse than Irwin, but cut him some slack. It does do well. So, for example, use Brook. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You do that, boom. Next one, wait till the thing stops. Now, mind you, this takes a lot of precision and a lot of planning out. If you're going to do this, you need to tell your friends that you're going to do this, because if they don't know that you're going to do this, they're going to mess you up real bad. Putting units in wrong spots, putting them too far away from the buffers, because most buffers you can't sell, as you can tell. Now look at the katana. He's getting 231 buff. That's really good because, unlike Irwin, Brook actually can buff to 250%. It's a really good buff for Brook. And as you can see, Brook is not that bad as well. Brook is a really good auto buffer for this if you don't have the 3 options over here, but we're gonna only talk about the this second option. And now the buff's working fine. You can tell man, his stats still 250%. They just broke Irwin, I don't know why. But I think let's go all the way over here to this part and view Merlin. Merlin is also a buffer, but the thing is that she follows the trend as well. You notice how Irwin's only have 200%, and then Brooks have 250. Now Merlin has 300%, which is really good, like insanely good. So let's just max it out. Like I said, remember to follow what the drawing is and follow the steps. I'll show it better. Here's Katana Man right here. Do this. So, activate yours. Out to 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Go to the next one. Wait until this one disappears, this buffing symbol. Boom. Use auto activate. Then wait for this one to go away. Boom. Use auto activate. And your cycle is done. This is what we call the auto buff cycle. Now, as you can see, there's a problem here. You're not noticing. He's still stuck at 100%. That means that I screwed up. Look, if I screwed up, that means that, well, of course I screwed up. Like, no one's perfect. I think I went rather too slow, where I kept on explaining it, but that's not really the focus right now, is it? Let's turn off all that. Let's focus on the third category. The auto-implemented buff. Now, what I'm talking about is these two. Idle and Yahawa. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. Let's start off with Idle. Very simple. She's a money unit and she also is a buffer. He gains the ability called Shine. Every single upgrade that you do gains a little bit of buff. For example, look at this. 500 cash for 32%. Let's buffer till she gets to about 250. Now, this is what the fun begins. So Katana Man here. The thing about Idle here is that actually, because I'm talking about auto implemented, that means that if you press this auto activate, this will infinitely go forever. As long as you have this pressed, as long as you have this toggled, then it will just keep going forever and ever and ever. There's no need to auto buff cycle. It's merely just a waste of time. This is looking good. I think okay, yeah. As you can see, her buff is automated. See, look. I didn't press anything. I'm sorry I put my mouse there, but I didn't press anything. Promise to you. And as you can see, it'll keep going forever. The buff keeps going. This is auto integrated buff. But you may be wondering, why did I bring out I'm just gonna say his copyrighted name, the Almighty. Why did I bring the Almighty here? He has the same thing as the Idol, but the thing that's different between him and her is that he gives 300% buff and has range boost. You might be saying, well, isn't that the same as Merlin over here? Yes. However, it's auto. That means there's no mistakes. It's auto integrated. That means that there's any mistake that you do with this ruins the entire buff. But there's no mistakes you can do with this buff. Look. It takes a lot. In total, he costs like about 3 mil. 3 mil to get the upgrade, and you can cost 5 more to make him do more damage. I don't know why you would want to do that, but if you activate this. However, okay, there's one thing that I'd like to say. The Almighty's buff is actually much more different, even though I said it was about the same. It's very different from Merlin's, because Merlin's has a very limited reach, even though her range is... God damn. Her range is amazing, but yeah, the Almighty's buff actually reaches all the units on the map, so it doesn't matter where you place him. It just matters how much money you got. If you're poor, too bad. But yeah, as you can tell, I think, yeah, that's 300%. We stopped the buff on Idol. But basically, that's the basic setup. We have, remember, the note on this, we have 3 buffs. Auto buff? Oh no, sorry. Manual buff, manual auto buff, and auto integrated buff. Alright, now to the next topic. Alright, the next topic about ASTD skills, because I know you don't got any if you're watching this video, I already know, is TSing. Now, you may be wondering, what do I mean by TSing? Because TSing can mean a lot of things. But no matter how perverted your mind is, it should be very basic. No. TSing basically is time stopping. Time stopping units are units that can stun units in place. Now, for this, I actually need to have units, so what I'll do is I'll make the type of this unit a... let's just say an elemental. And gladly, I brought my good old unit here, who is a burning unit. He'll be here at backside. And let's prepare, So usually, if you are just looking for TS, it's usually you'll have these three. I'll explain them very briefly. Our first one is Gojo 7-star. You're very lucky if you have this. Like, I'm jealous of you. No, I'm not jealous of you. I have this one. Basically, if you have this, you're basically instantly better than all of your friends who don't have it. Sorry, by the way. Actually, not sorry. All of you can suck it. But basically, we're gonna be talking about two different types of TS here. Very simple. One is manual TS, the other is auto TS. Very simple, very simple. This is your setup for Gojo 7-star. Very, very easy. Now the next one is Gojo 6-star. There's two different types of Gojos, I'm sorry. This is what your layout should be. I'm not forcing this on you, I'm just saying it's recommended. As you can see, very weird setup. No, it's only 7, not 8. Apparently. You have to max these all out. Like now, these three are very diverse, very different time stoppers. They function very different. Like you would not do a different way. And then final one is Jotaro. Jotaro also apparently needs the same setup as Gojo 6-star. Meaning you need 7 of these guys. However, Jotaro is way more expensive. By the way, if you want me to explain Ultimate TS more, I'll make a video on a game mode on ASTD called Gauntlet, and it will explain a lot about Ultimate TS. Anyways, we have everything set up. Let's summon our guy. So oh wait, no, I actually pressed. Yep. Okay, there. Here he is. So very basically, let's start off with the one you're most likely to have, Gojo 6-star. I'm betting most. He appears a lot on Z. So basically, you pick the Gojo you want to upgrade, and then you press Alt Activate. No need to count. All you have to do is look at the icon above his head, and when he starts moving, get ready. When the icon disappears, you immediately press Alt Activate. Make this 2 times for easy. You have to focus on this. You really have to focus on auto TS. Because auto TSing actually saves the promise. I'm definitely not good. This should be the last one. Now, as you can see, the first one that I activated is almost about to be done. But the thing is that it kinda is a little bit later, but still, yeah, it still does it. As you can see, the cycle yep, see? I'm not doing anything. Look at me. My hands are off the keyboard, off the mouse. Everything's going as planned. Now, let's just let that guy go. Let's turn off all these. So, the thing is that Jotaro functions basically the same as Gojo here. Problem. He's multiple abilities. Multiple abilities sucks on many different reasons. But like the most thing is that it's harder to TS. Look at this. I press it, it appears at like the front of my screen. It's so annoying. You press it, basically you do the exact same. You do the exact same. You do the exact same thing but with Jotaro. The problem is you can't auto this. So you basically just have to onward. And if you accidentally mess up, cost you time like that, like what I did. I accidentally messed up, clicked on the wrong Jotaro, that was the time wasted. As you can see, we can't auto this. It can't be auto. Alright, so retry steps. Jotaro doesn't need the setup. I think he just needs like the same as Gojo 7. Speaking of Gojo 7, let me show you his auto buff. It should be very easy. All you have to do is that, to the next one. The great news about Gojo is that it's very Gojo 7 star is that it's very easy to keep on TSing. It's super duper good. And just like that, your auto TS is now done. It's very effective. It does let them slide a bit though, but like it's still effective. Look, okay, I know you're gonna get tired of like watching videos. Now let's talk about the second category, which I'm going to, because you can do this with any of these, but like I think the most proficient is either this one, Gojo 7 or Gojo 6 star, but I think Gojo 6 star is better because Gojo 7 star has like a very expensive upgrade. I don't think you want to waste all your money on another ultimate PS. So Gojo 6 star, all you have to do is place down, yes, sell, place down, max out, yes, sell, place down. By the way, always look for the watch icon, the clock icon. The clock icon will always show if they have PS cooldown on them. And basically, this is it. This is manual DS. Manual DS keeps you have to have a lot of money for this. You have to just keep on DSing, selling, placing, maxing, then getting ready for another DS. It's very tiring, but it's very precise. Because the only thing that can make that can screw you over is your own self. Like you make a slightest mistake, it ruins it all. Everything else is basically just up to that. But yeah, that's it. That's basically all I have to say with yes. Moving on to the next topic. The final topic I'd like to talk about is a very basic one. But as you can see from my loadout, you're probably wondering, why do I have all these units? There's one thing that connects all these units with each other. They're all very good candidates for the leader slot. A leader slot is, right here. Leader slot. The one that sits on your shoulder. The thing is that the leader slot, like, it gives special things to other units in your thing, or it gives benefits to you. These 3 units that I'm showing you right now give you plus 20 bonus. A 20 bonus basically means you get more money from your farming units. And that's basically what we're talking about now. Farming units. We have 3 of them. We have Boma, we have Idol, and then we have Speedwagon. These 3 are very good. The problem is that one fell off, but like, it's good for a starter. So we're not gonna use any of these. We're actually going on these 3. Just nail down. The main goal of your farming thing is that you must, if you're bringing at least 1, if you're only bringing 1, you must place that down immediately at the start. Then use the money that you get from the start of the round to, well, place down your defending unit, because if you don't defend at the start of the round, you're dead. So let's start this very briefly. Let's just say, look at this thing at the top called wave. Let's imagine that says wave 1 out of 15, let's say. Now, the main question I get asked a lot is, what is the best wave to stop grinding at? And I'd say, in my theory, is 12. It might not be the best, but it is, for me, the most optimized. Because 12, if you stop at 12, it gives you 3 more waves to place units down and get ready for boss fights. And honestly, it's a very effective way. But if you want to be more accurate, I'd say let's start off with some upgrades I think should be more appropriate for let's start off with 5-star Boma. 5-star Boma, I recommend that you stop upgrading her when her cash amount reaches about, actually that's max. Wait a second. Sorry about that. Think that I can tell you. I'd say you can solve about like this much. Yeah, this much. When the selling point becomes 88.8k, I don't think it's worth it anymore to upgrade her. It's very expensive to upgrade. And honestly, you should use that money to upgrade some of your units in order to defend yourself. That is my honest point about it. But let's say you're not stuck in World 1. Let's say you're in World 2. You unlocked Idol. Idol is the second, actually third most best money unit, because that first spot goes to another unit that I'm not bringing here because it's not for story mode. Like, what's the point? So this unit, Idol, is a buffing unit as well, so you have to place it close to your things. But my recommendation for the upgrade that you should stop at is if you have a second. Oh crap! I well, let's just look at the. I recommend that you make her stop upgrading when you have. If you okay, this depends if you have a second one, but a second money unit. But if Idol's your only one yet, I recommend you keep upgrading till like. Depending actually. I recommend you stop upgrading it if you have a second one at upgrade 8, since you won't be needing any more upgrades. Or if you if Idol's your only money yet, I recommend you keep upgrading her till about the let's say about upgrade 13. Yeah, upgrade 13. It's a very nice standard thing. But if you're feeling very greedy, you can go for upgrade 14. I'm not stopping you. I'm just saying that 60,000 is pretty good. It's enough to help you out. But the real bread and butter is Speedwagon. Speedwagon is the second most best unit in the game, overshadowed by Octo, but Octo is situational at best. What is the best upgrade to stop him at? Honestly, there's a really good sweet spot here. If I can load it properly. Let me do it slow. This sweet spot comes when your cash income becomes 800,000. I feel like this is the sweet spot. Upgrade 18. Upgrade 18 gives you a very fair amount of cash, allows you to upgrade some units, and allows you to just chill. And that's it. Keep in note for the farming that okay, I'm not saying just use Tanjo, Meliodas, or Pucci for the money boosters. If you have it, it's the best option. But if you don't, look for units and click on them, and there should be some info at the bottom that if they are a leader, they should give you a category buff and maybe a bonus. If they have any kind of bonuses, use them as your leader. It doesn't matter how crap they are, as long as you have one. And if you have one, make sure that you have others that are better. If you don't, then just use that. And also remember, I'm not doing Boma 4-star. Boma 4-star, if you only have Boma 4-star, just get the 5-star, bro. It's such a poor excuse, bro. I feel so bad whoever's stuck on Boma 4-star. Also, don't use Nami. I know Nami is of farming it as well, but like just don't. What is the point, bro? Unless you're waiting for her 6-star. If you're waiting for a 6-star, makes more sense, but I don't think she'll ever get one. Pretty sure she'll just be put on a special ban anyways. Alright, this concludes my video. I'll be uploading maybe another ASTD themed about Gauntlet or any other game modes, but right now, I think it's my time to go. Thank you all for watching, and I hope I see some more intelligent players on ASTD today.